Welcome back. Here it is, the grand finals. The culmination of hard work, ending in a cash prize for the tournament. Danny and Manny, previous winners of a tournament, but do they have what it takes to even take a game, to scratch the paint on Ian and Panda's cars? Ian's gonna steal away that boost in the corner. It feels like it's rightfully his. Is that the way we should think about it? Is boost in the corner of your colors, is that your boost? Do you have a claim to it and it's thievery if the other team takes it? I don't know. Doesn't have your name on it is what I've heard before. But no goals off the tip-off so far. Just a setup. Panda pulls back to fake one player out and powers through. Here comes Ian to finish the deal. It's off the rim though. You can see the panic in blue team. Danny and Manny just diving after it, knowing how dire things are, but fortunately the pinch goes awry and sideways. Just a direct shot. Panda's going to be right up after it. Deflecting it back out mid might be ill-advised though, as Danny is able to just take a straight shot. Orange defense holds on for now. There's nobody home though. They don't need to be. They can defend from any angle of the court. A minute down. And that's probably a good sign if you are Manny and Danny that it's not already 5-0. But this has got to be the game to win. That's a sneaky shot here from Manny. The slowest goal in all of Rocket League history. Just rolls in over the rim. Even had a reset. Yeah, that's a great start, but this might be the game where 4-4-5 is the most iced. Usually they try to play a game or two in the meantime, like a six-mans or something. But that's not always available, and of course, it's not hoops, so can you truly say that you're warmed up? Now, Ian and Panda mostly play soccer. It's not like they're getting all the hoops experience as possible to win the tournaments. They're just really, really good Rocket League players. So their warm-up might as well be just more soccer, right? Danny launches to the ceiling. He's hoping Manny can do anything with this. But from that angle, it just feels like there's nothing to be gained. Net 50 is going to help out Orange team greatly. Oh, the bump. He's still going after him. Manny will power through, but does not recover. It's going to be on target, but easily enough defended. Ian's going to deflect that away. I have no idea what the meaning behind the team name 445 is. Chance at a shot. Panda will swipe it away, but it's got to be good news. Yeah, that Manny and Danny are having at least equal chances at scoring, and occasionally they're being effective with it. Just a whiff from Panda on no boost completely opens the door for that kind of goal. Maybe there's a chance that Ian can predict where that shot's going to go and save it. Since both of the teams know how to do this, it's unlikely that's going to result in a goal. Manny's going to attack here with no boost, but he'll collect it later. Just a slow dribble here with a reset. Barrels past one. Ian doubles it, but how do you even score from here? Try to block, I guess. But it's something the defense can see a mile away. Here comes Panda on the sidewall. Gets a block onto Danny. Manny's in trouble. Oh, it's still in. Wow. A valiant effort, but his best efforts only bonk it off of the front of the rim. Wow. Straight up to the ceiling. It's an area code. I'm certain it is. It's also a phone code or whatever. No, it can't be an area code. That's a 5-digit thing, right? Or a zip code? Wait, what's... Area code is a phone number thing, and a zip code is not, right? I don't know. They really like SMB? Super Mario Brothers? What does SMB mean? Danny progressing here on no boost, but it feels like you're wandering into a trap. Do you attack 445 into a bad situation? They can easily turn that around. And they're just hogging all the boost, stealing every last ounce, every drop. Manny, he's going around the court looking for it, but there's nowhere to be found. 50 all the way to the ceiling. Another 50 sends it back, but Ian's the one holding all the boost here. He goes to the ceiling, resets, pushes to the backboard. One more touch to drop it down. Taking exactly the right response and knowing he's going to be uncontested up here. He just needs to keep it away from the back wall until He's ready to deliver the final blow. It's an area code of local friends group. Oh, okay. Oh, no. we turn the camera around right as the ball goes over Panda's head. So, 2-2. Ian and Panda bring it right back. Manny and Danny had an early couple of goals, but they can only score while 4-4-5 is still warming up. So they're going to need another. And Rounds tried... Uh-oh, that's on target. Rounds tried something similar, like they would get the early advantage, but then in the mid-game, they just couldn't stop all the goals. That's so close. Danny bicycle kicks that one away to safety. He doesn't have the follow-up block, but it's not that dangerous yet. Manny goes backwards to take this. Pinches down. And back up on the 50. Oh, that's just not in. That's so close, though. If he had help, maybe it would be in. Like if the 50-50 slowed it down. Panda has just enough juice here to get to the ball on a reset. But we might be staring at overtime. Back pass to Panda on no boost. They'll just turn and fire. Ooh. That's going to be off the rim. No touch there from Panda. So it's going to be Manny trying a low angle on a shot, but that net is perfectly defended. This one, though, could be dangerous. Panda just barely gets there in time on no boost, preserving a lot of momentum. Did wonders there, and it does go into overtime. Last chances at a shot for Ian on the ceiling. You never want to see Ian up there, but it was a good block from the defense. Danny's first up to this one. He's still behind this, but that should just be a 50. Never mind, he's got one. Here comes the follow-up. Manny goes diving after it. So bold here, right off of the tip-off on overtime. I think a lot of players would chicken out and go all the way back to their half, just trying not to make mistakes, but Manny capitalizes quickly, not wanting to throw away a good opportunity. So Manny, Danny, Annie, even the series score, because we gave the first game victory to 4-4-5, having won the upper bracket. It's a double elimination tournament, but this best of 5 is just single elim. Yeah, everyone likes an underdog, milady. I'm always secretly rooting for the team that's playing against 4-4-5, but at the same time, you have to acknowledge just the mastery of Rocket League being played. It is just astounding to watch, not just the level of precision that's always being made on every single play, but also the brand new ideas these guys come up with on the hoops court. Like no one else does it like they do, where they just invent passing plays, invent new attacking lines using all kinds of services. It's these are the shapers of the meta. It's like in order to take them down, you have to be that innovative. Manny, though, certainly an innovative player, but his consistency is always what's brought into question. But if he could just line up a few really good games where he pops off, goes full monkey mode, and everything works out, he might be unstoppable. Ian nearly demoed, but breaks away with a shot. Still saved by Manny, going all the way across the court the other direction. Ooh, that touch from Panda centers it, but that gives him the ball uncontested. And it's just a 50 the other way. A teeny touch there, but it's a side pass to Danny. And it rolls up. Ceiling plays, but what do you even do here? Yeah, I've not been super impressed yet by when the defense goes to the ceiling to try to block something. It feels like you're heading the wrong direction. When you're on defense, you want to be hitting the ball up, not down. But players still attempt it, and it just seems a lot worse than staying on your ground. Manny on no boost. Panda pushing past, trying to make some opportunity arise, but really just the opportunity is the boost take, as Manny and Danny still empty. Just a save, but it's so dangerous, and one more touch will seal the deal. Panda lingering here on the back wall. He can kind of smell that something is afoot. Somehow he got a piece of that, and that block did a whole lot of work. Panda hitting the brakes. He knows he can't really be contested there. Danny on the backboard is going to be real strong here. It's a passing play. There's just no way, right, to make a shot like that work. Maybe you slam it into the ceiling, but I have to imagine Panda's got that covered. That's just in bad camera work there. Sometimes I just hit the director cam and wait for it to figure itself out. But in this case, we missed a really good shot. Danny just beats the opponent to the ball with raw speed. He had no boost to get there. I don't think he did a chain wave dash, but that might have made it a little bit faster even. I think that's so important at this level to be able to do that, and yet we only see maybe like 3 or 4 players that consistently do it. That's crazy. That pinch shot. A lot more powerful than the defense expected. So Panda has switched cars. He was in an Octane last game. Now he's in a very shiny Fennec. Oh, is it possible? Not a Panda can cut it off. Like the use of the rim to recover, but it's still not in time. He did everything he could. That block is just is too good for Panda. And then Ian doubles it. Oh, it's so smooth. Ian's double taps. It just feels like they're as efficient as possible. You slam the ball as a laser beam to the backboard, and it's right back to your car every time. He barely even has to move to get there. A lot of players have to do a lot of movement. I feel like that's how you know if your double touch is successful, is like how much side-to-side movement you have to do to catch up to your first touch. Little sideways pass from Manny, giving it to Danny, but the backboard defense just gonna wait. Really, no rush. Game is tied. Ian backflicks, catches it on the wall, tries something off the ceiling, but the ball gets away from him. Now it's a play the other direction. Panda just lets it go. Uh-oh, that's over him. Oh, and he gets the touch too. It's a disaster. Oh, and he doesn't read it. That sucks. See, even these Titans do bleed. That's so painful. Happens to the best of us. That spot right there, that curve where the ceiling meets the wall, is a spaghetti factory. It just, anything can happen there, and it usually does. Danny goes over to the corner to take the boost, but instead it gets stolen away. That had to have been an inch difference. Panda goes barreling past the ball, acting like he's going to hit it, and then just narrowly avoids it, and that gives him the extra speed to take the boost. That's huge. Uh-oh, shots on target. Danny almost gets the follow-up touch. The Panda wisely launches it to the ceiling, trying to keep it out of reach. Ian just staying behind it. Bounces upward. He's still here. Can anyone stop him? Another powerful 50. That's got to be 2 goals, I think. 4, 4, 5, 1. Off of strong 50s. I guess that's not really a 50, just a bad block. Three all. Manny and Danny won the last game in overtime. If they could do it once, they could do it again, right? Just a very slow lobbed shot. Ian retreats. Sends it back to Panda. Panda will stay behind it for a 50. The 50s so far have worked out in their favor. Ian's going to let that roll up. That's really interesting, because I don't think any other team would do that. Ian and Panda now are playing to the level of confidence where they are trying to utilize their own rim and net to play off of it rather than panic over it. That goes all the way across, though. Was that a pinch? Where did that shot even originate? Right here. Just bang. Sniper shot. Ian is way too far forward. It's another rare blunder. Although, yes, I don't know. Were they just getting desperate, or they did not expect Manny to have that kind of power? I don't know. That's a huge break here for Manny and Danny. Might win in regulation, but you know that 4-4-5, when it's on the line like this, they're going to strike devastating in a devastating fashion. 4-4. Once again, it's off of the rim. Ian is just able to use that and casually dribbles it all the way across. So that's a scary thought, is they're now using the surface, the bouncing points of the net and the rim optimally, rather than like panicking and slamming the ball sideways to make sure that it's in a safe spot. They want to use it for attacking lines to bait their opponents or any other sinister means. So we're looking at overtime right now as Danny has no boost, so Manny has to push it over to the corner, just trying to stall for time. He bumps one out of the way. Danny is not in position for the shot. Just goes in for desperation, but that might be a dangerous thing. We're going to be here on the friendship. We go straight down. Panda's happy to take this with a full tank of boost, and Ian also gets the side full tank. Maybe there's some sort of passing play available. Ian's ready to go, and it's deflected. Ian's still here. Manny's in trouble, and it goes in. Ian shuts the door on it, so that... It felt like that play was crafted by 445 from the very tip-off. As soon as the ball bounced down in front of Panda, it was inevitable. As they both go off to the side, take the full boost pads, and now they're ready on the attack. They're going to be able to have just a flurry of blows. Really hard to stop. Ian and Panda go up to game 2, so they need to win 2 more. 94 ball touches there for Panda. Back to the dunk house. Panda switched his car again, at least just the color. That does make it easier for me. Like, I can tell, I mean, this is, you know, Danny versus Manny is pretty easy. But that last game, Ian and Panda were pretty hard to tell apart. Ooh, Panda goes maybe too far forward, does get a touch for his troubles. And that's enough to move things back the other direction. Ian's over 1. It's back to Panda, off the net, back to Panda again. No, it doesn't have the lift that he wants. It's up to Ian instead. All these players going higher and higher to try to block that. Manny sideways around Ian, rolls up. Ooh, Panda slamming on the brakes to avoid the bump. It's still looking a little bit dicey, but Ian's got it covered. Back to Panda. Wave dashes into the ball. Saved away by Danny on the floor. Ian, there's Danny on the ceiling. You see what I mean? I really don't like these ceiling defense maneuvers. I don't know if you can blame that play on the ceiling defense. It just landed in a kind of an awkward spot, and then Manny hit it right to the attacker. But I guess the one advantage it does have, if you're coming from the ceiling to try to get a block, you'll land on the floor much faster. That's a close one. So for the first time, 445 has taken the lead in the beginning of the game. That will get shut down early. Danny launching that all the way across, trying to pick up a demo on the way. Ooh, no follow-up touch there for Panda. That was really close to lobbing it up. But instead, it's Manny with only 1 touch. It's a passing play to Danny. Saved away. Good awareness from Panda and Ian. As soon as that first touch went to the backboard, they both repositioned to get ready for the impending pass. Also, while throwing the hitbox in the way. Ian slows it down to take the shot. Danny gets the block just in time. Ian had no boost, but that doesn't make it any less scary, as he is directly overhead. Here's Manny pinching into the ceiling. No follow-up, though. Ian's got that cut off, but Danny with the follow-up is so close. Not for the first time this game. The wombo combo of the Manny setup to Danny is so close to scoring. Uh-oh. Oh, no. What is going on? Everyone's up on the ceiling level and using it to reset into bumps. It's too much. Oh, wow. One little tippy tap for Panda to push it over the heads of the defenders. It's such a slow dribble, but that side flip is so good. Pushes the ball well beyond what Manny and Danny thought were possible. 2-0. Ian kind of backwards on the sidewall, or on the back wall. You know, there's no boost here. Look at the chain wave dashes to keep that speed going, especially when you get bumps. It just slows you down. Oh, what can he do? He's just going to try to get a couple touches. Shockingly, the blue team just let him take it. That's a great start here for Ian. Hitting it away from the attacking line. Taking a shot with his boost still. Going all the way across. Nice save. Was that back-to-back from Danny twice? It's insane. He makes another save as well. Not enough boost to make the attacking play. So Panda will get it from the back wall. Danny should be here first. Rolls it up. Back passes to Manny. That's a scary one, though. Danny's still here. Does not have enough to get to the ball in time, but dribbles it right to the middle of the net. Snuck it right behind Ian's back, and that keeps them in this game. The boost take, and then he goes sideways with it rather than dribbling to the back wall. I think that's what Ian was anticipating. 2 minutes. Corner tip-off position. Danny progressing really far into the corner, but is it a trap? Ian's got loads of boost. And he swats it down. Manny narrowly avoids a demo, but that full boost take means Ian has to full retreat. Uh-oh. It's off Panda's car. He's still here, though. Looking for two. Angling it. He's trying to make the direct shot. That would be so spicy. But it feels like those shots very rarely work. But when they do work, it's just like the defense never sees it coming. Ooh, no touch there. Fortunately, ball wasn't in to begin with. Here's Panda going to the sidewall. No follow-up touch, so Ian's still here. A lot of cars kind of corralled behind the ball. And just a minute left. As Danny goes up after this with no boost, acting like he's going to have a second touch. Ian is certainly convinced. Over to Panda. Oh, no, no, not like this. No. The ball is heading right for him, and he has to just not touch it. Danny has this for sure. Oh, it's brutal. 50 seconds. Now they need a miracle. Oh, man. Manny's got to be just smacking himself for that one. Off the rim. Has a really clean catch, but just not enough power to keep it going. The fake! Oh, he still gets a piece of it. That's a classic 1v1 move. Roll it up the front of the net. Danny immediately blocked. Back pass to Danny. Gets killed for it. Somehow, Manny got the boost. There's just no time. Certainly not enough time to get 2 goals. Danny tries the same approach, but it's shut down in a similar fashion. So 4-4-5 will be on match point. Yeah, Craigs, that is a rough one. So Manny and Danny have won just a single game, but it was the first game of the series when 4-4-5 is kind of expected to be a little iced. All 3 goals scored by Panda. And we move to the block. Corner tip-off position is an interesting one. I don't know how we got to the point where everyone kind of agreed that left goes. I don't know if there's anything that can really be exploited there, but it feels like if you sent the right player instead of the left, then the other player could anticipate where the ball would go and maybe make use of it. Somehow that just goes in. A little bit lucky for Ian, but maybe Danny wasn't supposed to just dive after the boost. 1-0, 4-4-5. Starting off really early on in the lead. The last game, Manny and Danny were only able to get a single goal. So they've already got their work cut out for him. And make it 2. Ian makes it so clean. Look at the counterattack. So Danny attacking into the corner there is exactly what Ian is hoping for. He knows he can turn that straight into a shot long before Manny can get back on defense. And we're going for the friendship tip-off. Panda just leaves it, goes for the boost instead. It feels like every friendship, even when the ball drops onto Ian and Panda's half, they're on the attack immediately afterwards. What is Ian doing? He slams the ball down into the rim and acts like nothing went wrong. Ooh, Panda has to sacrifice the boost. No, but Danny and Manny bump into each other. Still, just no way for 445 to make an attack. Panda pushes it sideways for Ian. Ian doubles it. Oh, it bounces off the rim. I tensed and held my breath for that one because that could go anyway. What can you do? I think if you were Danny there, you just run. You know that Manny's going to be engaging. And you don't want to make another double commit mistake. Especially when you're down 2. Manny from the ceiling is so close. Oh, man. Drops it right down, and now there's nobody left to defend that. They went all in on that play. Oh, man. It's so close. But Danny just gets beat. I have no idea how Panda knew to go straight at the ball from there, but he beat Danny by a mile. Boasan says, I like the strat of not going for the corner tip-off in 1v1s. He's very confident being able to save a direct shot. I do not like that fake on the corner tip-off. I like it for the other tip-offs. But from the corner, there's way too much, like, way too many shenanigans. You're exactly right. You need to be so confident because, like, for the reason that if you fake it from the front, from, like, the middle of the net, almost everyone takes a tip-off line where they slam it into the net or the rim. And if they do that, like, that's the easiest goal of your life. From the corner tip-off, most people hit it in a way that sends it over to the corner boost rather than to the net. And they have plenty of time to do it. Like, that's the longest approach, so they've got even more reaction time to manipulate that. But I really do like the fakes when it's inside the net somewhere. Manny just gets the easy one. A 50-50 happened, and then it just bounces to the net, and he's like, oh, I guess I'll take this. That's if I have to. It's off the rim again. Ian just hanging out in the back wall, taking a more defensive approach. Panda gets a lot of power behind that. It's another thing the net is really good for is like, oh, Ian doubling up, sending it over. But if the ball is going to bounce into the net and you hit it immediately afterwards, you get so much power. It feels like it's cheating. It's kind of like how if you hit the ball right after it bounces on the floor, it gets a crazy amount of height. Kind of like that. And players are just so used to it now. It just seems commonplace. But when you apply that same power to like the net, it feels like it's cheating. Ian doing a great job keeping the ball next to him for a pinch into the ceiling. It's so close. The net was double defended, but I'm not convinced anyone really had that save. And no one's got this one as Panda rains it in from above. Look at the way these plays line up from Ian and Panda. When they take it up the sidewall, every single touch is like just enough to put on a deadly angle without it being too close to the defense that they can put a block on. The defense's only response is to retreat because of the accuracy of the placement of each of these setup shots. And Manny sniping it from long distance. This is deja vu. Wasn't this last game? Or was it the game before that? He just, same spot. Bang. Same amount of boost too. There's not enough boost to make a play out of it, and so he just snaps a shot. And it's so fast. Panda decides to dribble this one. Oh, he's lost it. Sent it into the ceiling. Ian's on the ceiling here. Takes the shot. Yeah, Ian and Panda, it's just another thing that you tend to notice. But they are always just perfectly positioned every single time. Like they're so much faster to the ball because they're in the right spot where they expect the ball to go each time. The other teams just can't keep up with it. Ian trying the impossible. He even sets a nice pass up to Panda, but he full retreats first. The reset is only going to drop the ball into the corner. But the pressure continues. No signs of slowing down, even on orange half. Ian and Panda are controlling it. Although maybe losing the grip a little bit as Danny... Oh, he misses it! No! There's all kinds of potential for that play, but neither None of their options are really easy. Still, that felt like their best opportunity so far. This might be the second best. Danny has missed it. Oh no, the double tap. The bread and butter of the hoops court. There's another golden opportunity. If those were capitalized on, could have overtime. Instead, Ian gonna have the reset shot. It's just off to the side. Panda lines up. Nice block. Oh, it almost winds up as a passing play, but does that mean Orange team has gone too far? Manny takes the shot. It's saved away by Panda. Just 15 seconds. They need 2 goals. It's looking real bleak. Rolls it up. Nice 1v1 trick. Panda dives in from behind to take that ball away. And that surely is the end. GG's. Danny and Manny won a game, but winning a series is a lot to ask against these absolutely devastating Colossal Titans. Where has my guy Liquor Bagels been? That's a great question. That's a good question. I don't know. Last I heard he was streaming a bunch, but then I haven't heard anything since. Yeah, he doesn't stream anymore. Oh, that's right. He did play Valorant a lot. Yeah, same Figway. All right, guys. I've got the winners of the tournament in here with me. Ian and Panda, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on. Let me try to turn you guys up. I switched my sound settings. Not intentionally. I think... All right, give me a test.
Hello?
Hello?
I think that's better, but let me know, Chad, if I still need to turn them up. All right, so was it last tournament when it was RLCS, or was it the tournament before that? Were you guys...
Last tournament.
It was the last tournament? Okay, so Manny and Danny won that one, and then you just defeated them here. So I think that's the reason they probably felt like they had to team again, just to see if they could compare to the likes of 445. They managed to take a game off of you. Do you feel like the first game of the grand finals is always your worst game? Is it like, does that actually have an effect, or you're iced up, or is it just coincidence? Oh, that's from last week. Hold on. I forgot to click the overlay.
I'll answer your question while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Also, I can hear echo.
Yeah, well, I hear an echo
right now through your mic.
Okay, I think I can fix that. Hold on.
Yeah. I'll answer the question anyways, but I would say
It's gonna be pretty hard with the echo.
Probably the roughest game. Just depends what we're doing, but normally it's fine. It just depends how long the wait is. Today was a little longer, so I think we were didn't come out hot that game, but I don't even remember. I don't know if we won that game or not, but yeah, typically the earlier in the series, the grand finals is when we're playing the worst, but
okay, I think I turned.
It doesn't matter in the long run. I
think I turned Ian up. Did that fix it? Did I changed something and now you're not echoing?
Yep.
All right, good. I still think you're quiet. It's like bearable, but I think I can do better. All right, maybe not.
I had you muted and I didn't realize because of the echo. So I'm sorry if I talked over you. I don't even know.
No, you did not actually. All right, I got it at 100%. I don't know, chat, and Discord is at 200%. But okay. So, tell me about how RLCS went. Like, that's a pretty big deal in the life of any Rocket League player. Did it go the way you expected? Did you do better or worse than you wanted to do?
I'll answer for myself, then I'll let Panda answer. But I'll always say that like all three of us made the Swiss stage, which is top 32, but it's like a different format this regional compared to the last couple of seasons. So, we did like slightly worse than I was hoping for, but we still didn't do too bad. At least my team. We got like top 32.
Okay. What do you need if your team was going to be RLCS competitive? Like, how many hoops do you have to jump through?
You have to be in the Swiss stage. You have to beat 3 teams to make the main event.
Okay.
So that, and then yeah. That's basically it.
But then once you get into RLCS, like you have to not get eliminated there too, right?
Yeah.
Oof. So essentially, like the teams that are in RLCS are the top, 32 teams
16.
or top 16 teams in each region? Because I'm guessing they do that for Europe and
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But
makes
last
sense.
season there was a Swiss stage once you made the regional. This season it's different. There's the day 3, which was usually the day before the Swiss stage, or basically the last day before the regional. Is now a Swiss stage, but there's 2 Swisses of 16 teams, and 8 teams go through on both sides there, and that's how you get your 16 teams that play in the bracket.
Okay. Panda, do you want to talk about your experience at all?
Definitely did worse than we got like 17th to 20th or something like that. We definitely did worse than we wanted to, but I mean it's just the first regional, so it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
And then Taibu got like 24th or something. I know he's not here, but he did pretty decent, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so next week we've got 1v1 hoops tournament, and then the week after that we're gonna do another free for all. I know historically, Panda, that has not been your thing, but you've been winning them, so I'm hoping you're gonna be here anyway.
You said next week?
Next week is 1v1
Week
hoops, right?
after.
Oh,
And then the week after that is World Cup. So that's like, I mean, when I think of World Cup, it's kind of like a 1v1 because at least it ends that way.
yeah.
You're on your own
Like,
at least.
Most likely, me, Ian, and Taibu will all have RLCS on that Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's
So
true.
unless like something happens where we don't have RLCS, but we most likely won't be there for the World Cup one.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that.
That could be even crazier then. Like,
yeah, I know.
A World Cup without the stability of the top hoops players of all time. Literally anything could happen.
So for World Cup, are we doing the top 2 payout for World Cup, or are we gonna do it top 3?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I think if it's I'm just putting this out there, like 1v1 tournaments
Right.
or like World Cup, I think you should do top 3 splits.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense because like
for the person.
Yeah, $10 split between 2 people is kind of bad, but if you just get $10, that's not so bad.
That's not awful.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good consideration. I'll have to bring it up to the committee. We'll see. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for us from Rank 2. Stay tuned for Chaos Cup news because that's on the horizon sometime. That's all extra game modes, all 5 of them, of Hoops, Drop Shot, Rumble, Snow Day, and Heat Seeker.
Yeah.
Um,
It's on the way.
But yeah, I'm assuming you guys need to worry about RLCS stuff first before.
Yeah, and because of RLCS going on in both regions, we're trying to halt it until after that, at least after these first couple qualifiers, so that we can get the most amount of teams and players available that are going to be in it.
That's a good point.
A lot of the players that were in the last one are going to be competing. So.
Right. Yeah, good point. All right. We're gonna go raid Danny. So Danny was just in the finals.
Yep.
Hopefully he's not too morose about that last devastating defeat. But knowing him, he's probably like he might have even thought he played better than he expected. I think he was playing pretty good. I think he petered off at the end. But anyway, you guys got to give this guy a follow because he plays in a ton of our hoops tournaments. Also, he's like one of the biggest factors in the Chaos Cup. I don't think it would have happened at all without Danny. But also, he likes a lot of the extra game modes, so definitely drop him a follow. But we'll be back next week for a 1v1 Hoops tournament. Yep, there's the Discord link. So make sure if you want to get news about upcoming Hoops tournaments and prize pools and any other thing. Also, there's just a bunch of people in here that like to play Hoops, and they set up private lobbies all the time, so that sounds interesting. You're going to want to join the Discord. But we'll be back next week for 1v1, not 2v2, so you don't need to bring a teammate, just got to sign up. And if you want to play or watch, either way, the broadcast will be on starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And so if you want to play, you need to register at like 6:30 or earlier so we can get you guys seated and get everything ready to go. But thanks so much for watching, guys.